where the Raiders came quickly, and the line kind of let them in, so I don't know if it was intentional, and they just wanted to get a swing or a kind of a toss to the outside there, where kind of a blown play. I think the Saban tried to make a play out of it, pitches it over to Jackson, and it's like, here you go, Jackson, like, what are you doing? The guy's right here. Third play of this drive coming up, 2nd and 9 from the 34-yard line. Saban out of the shotgun, gives to Jackson. Jackson right up the middle. That's actually Zephaniah now. Oh, okay. God wins Zephaniah, number 32. Zephaniah on the carry out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. So that'll make it 3rd and about 6 to go. The line of the game is the 48-yard line there at the 42. Just to go in the first quarter, and this is a huge down for the Raiders. Out of the shotgun snap, looking straight ahead. There's the pass, and it's dropped by number 1. That is Davon Bonwell-Winnie. Yeah, again, he transferred from, I believe, Brandon Valley last year, so he played for Washington last year, and I believe he has some D1 looks, at least. I don't know if he's committed, didn't do that little research, but here you go. I'll say 4 now because they did get a first down for the Washington Warriors right away, and again, Spears got to be a little bit high for the Raiders right now. Warriors in punt formation. We're going to get a penalty marker. Here's the punt to Caleb King-Gatui. He's going to let it bounce at the 10-yard line. Picks it up, goes down the left sideline, breaks one tackle, spins on the tackle, and finally brought down at the 15-yard line is Caleb King-Gatui. He did a good job. A little sidestep first, like he said, another spin move there. He's like, I'm not going down easily. You better spin in that corner. But yeah, the flag way back here was it's like a formation or something. The official was way back, even into the backfield of the punt formation for the Warriors. It's a wrenched off flag on the field. Indeed, what we have a substitution. I knew you would know. So it looks like they will force them to repunt. Repunt, back them up. Those are the kind of things you get like the first game. You know? Oh, I didn't know it was on the punt team, or you had to send somebody in the last minute or whatever. Taylor Black will be punting for Sioux Falls, Washington. Again, Caleb King-Gatui is back deep for Rapid City Stevens at about and obviously respecting his leg ability. Here's the snap. The punt by Black is going to be way short. Get away from it. High punt. It's going to take a roll there and go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark the football. It was touched, I think, by Sioux Falls, Washington at the 34-yard line. Just touched to the 34. So he can't get way back that time. But good coverage. He got some hang time out of it to the punter and was able to get enough hang time that the coverage got down there. The King-Gatui had no opportunity to make a return on that. Well, it was a stat sheet here trying to figure out who the punter is. Oh, Taylor Black is the back, yep. So he plays offense, or he plays some offense now. He also mostly plays defense, free safety there, and does the punting duties. Here's Floor with a screen pass. It is caught by number 20, and the ball is loose, and it's going to be recovered by the Warriors. And they will have the football inside the 15-yard line down to the 16 on the fumble by number 20, Jackson Gaya. I think that was Taylor Black, the aforementioned punter / receiver / free safety. He came up, just a swing pass to the outside, and the ball it looked like he had it, but it was quickly on the ground. I think the first hit, helmet on football, and the ball's on the ground, and the first big mistake, which obviously the Warriors could not afford to make any mistakes tonight, and the first opportunity to give it back to Washington. Warriors will be 1st and 10 from, I believe, the 11-yard line. We'll see where they spot the football from the Raider. Exchanging footballs there real quick. So it looks like the 14-yard line.
First and 10 Warriors, 14-yard line of the Raiders.
So Savon, your quarterback, out of the shotgun. Jackson lining up to his left. Takes the snap, gives to Jackson, cuts back to his left, right up the middle. Now a nice cut to his left again, and he goes in nearly untouched for 14 yards to pay dirt. Yeah, it kind of looked like last week where Joe's just kind of cut right through the middle. He did a lot of his work right up the middle, and they were able to clear that hole out, and he, like you said, made a move kind of right near the goal line, a little jump cut to the left, and was able to dance in with very minimal harm. Just one play, 14 yards for the touchdown. Here's the extra point attempt. There's the snap, the hold, the kick. And this one is through the uprights. I think we're going to get a penalty here. There's probably going to be assessed on the kickoff. Got a red flag on the field. It's probably going to be running into the kicker, I would imagine. But they'll kind of huddle up together here and see if they can kind of sort that out. The officials get together and talk about it. So the extra point is good. We're still, yeah, it is running into the kicker. It's going to be running into the kicker. And he didn't signal. I didn't see. He didn't signal personal foul, did he? That would be roughing the kicker. If you kick his leg out there, that's running into the kicker, which is just 5 yards. So we do have a stop in the action. Again, on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. With 7:49 to go in this first quarter, Sioux Falls, Washington leads Rapid City Stevens by a score of 7-0. We're back in 30 seconds on Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome you back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast booth. Is it an onside kick? It's just a pile there at the 45-yard line. Interesting. Interesting to do that here. They're going to sort it out. And I believe it is Raider football. Yeah, it looked like we're going to first there. Sioux Falls, Washington thought they almost had it for a moment. Yeah, well, that was usually down there, kind of bounces around. They're going to wave off the penalty flag. I didn't even see the penalty flag come out, but White Hat waves it off, and ready to set up shop for the second drive of the night. Actually, their third. Sorry, you're right. You're right. The one play. So Austin Ford out of shotgun, spread offense with two receivers to each side. Devine lined up to the right as the lone setback. There's the quick pass. It's going to be caught by the receiver near midfield. Making the catch number 11, John Paul Sullivan. They're going to spot the ball right on the 50 for a gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Raiders. I don't know if he audibled that out there. He kind of made a hand gesture. So I don't know if they're changing the play or whatever it was, but good catch by Sullivan. He just tries to dance and go around somebody. He just needs to stick his foot in the dirt and get it going. Again, Ford out of shotgun, 2nd and 5, takes the snap. There's the handoff to Divine. Divine's going to get right back to midfield and no further. So right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
I want to call my man here. Is he getting it from the pile there? No, he's not even in the game, man.
What's up with that? We'll call it 2nd and 5 here, 3rd and 5 rather, coming up for Rapid City Stevens. Austin Ford goes on that shotgun once again with 2 receivers to each side. Takes the snap, looks to his left. There's the pass. It's going to be caught by the receiver out of the slot. It's going to be 13, Aiden Perigo for a Builders first down.
This is amazing. The Warriors were just in an all-out blitz. The pressure was coming from the right side of the offense, and Flores steps in there, fires, makes a great shot. We got one-on-one man coverage, and is able to beat it and complete it for the first down.
In Warriors territory, 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Floor on a shotgun. Gives the ball to Devon. No, it's going to be the quarterback keeper, and he's going to be tackled at the 30 for a short gain of 3 yards.
Good job, in that. We're going to rush a flag on the field here. See where this is going to be. And this is against the Warriors, so we're going to move the ball forward. I didn't see the hand signal, so I don't know what it was. Only a 5-yarder, so it's going to be 1st and about 2.
Second penalty tonight on Sioux Falls, Washington. So it is 2nd and 2 coming up for out of shotgun. Again, fakes the handoff, goes to the right, dives forward, and another Renshaw flag on the field as they stop the clock with 5:59 to go in the first. Holding against the Raiders.
So opportunity for a first down there, and now we end up, backing it up. I see my man jogging onto the field. James Sinju, number 99.
That's okay.
He got a little breather by, his teammates coming in and helping him out. That was Samuel Mercuria.
So now 2nd and 2 turns into 2nd and 12 with the ball at the 35-yard line of the Warriors. The line to gain is the 23-yard line. Floor out of the shotgun going from right to left. Divine lined up to his left. There's the pass left side intended for Aiden Perigo. That falls incomplete. Really not an opportunity there for Perigo to make the catch. As it was thrown a little too far ahead of him.
It looked like they were showing zone coverage there, so the receiver, he was in the slot, and he just kind of did an outline. I think you can't run those big, long plays, especially early on. You want to be able to test, the ability to see what kind of pressure is going to come your direction.
6th play of this drive, out of the backfield. Divine makes the catch. He's going to be tackled right at the original line of scrimmage, so just a gain of 2 on that catch by Divine.
And that's one of those controlled passes. They're just trying to keep the Warriors honest to know, hey, we can go this way, we can go that way. They want to see if, are the defenders going to come up tighter in that to try to stop that. And I think for the moment, Washington's like, we're fine. We're going to play our standard defense.
8th play of this drive is going to be 3rd or 4th and 11. They'll go for it. Man in motion from left to right. Floor out of the shotgun. Escapes the tackle. Instead, he's going to be sacked back at the 36-yard line. After escaping the initial hit, he was then tackled, and now we have a flag that comes in late.
Yeah, I think that's going to be against Washington. I don't know if they said or did something. One of the players shoved another player, pushing, saying, hey, get away. We're going to get a dead ball foul. Maybe unsportsmanlike. Yep, unsportsmanlike. That's going to be a first down for Stevens. As the official goes over there, reports who it was, number 55. He's going to jog off the field. The aforementioned Samuel Mercuria. And, sometimes maybe it's just something a little bit. If they get, they're going to get up off of the pile, and sometimes they'll kind of use the player on the ground as kind of a leverage to kind of get up, which you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to roll off and get up on your own. I can see that happening.
So a first down for the Raiders. Scores out of the shotgun. There's the quick pass caught by Perigo. He loses the ball, but I think he's able to gather it back up.
That's the old tight end under play, although they didn't have a tight end in that one. They just put a man in motion. There, and then he just kind of ducks under. He tried to get the receiver to kind of clear things out. And he got the pass out, and Perigo's just got to do a better job of holding on to it. I think he got around, I think the initial tackle, but then the ball scored it out.
4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 from the 17-yard line. Floor out of shotgun, gives the ball to Perigo. He'll take it right up the middle. He's going to be stopped. Divine stopped for a short gain.
Yeah, again, they have to do that because they have to know that we could run the ball up the middle. That's going to keep their linebackers in a little tight. I think the D-line's doing a pretty good job of just handling things all on their own. I know Sturgis did last week.
3rd and 5 coming up for the Raiders. Getting Divine lined up as the lone setback. Out of the shotgun, here's Floor. He's going to scramble to the left side. I thought he had lost the ball. He was able to hold on to it, and he is going to be just short of a first down. And with an injured Warrior, we have 2 of them actually.
There's one back right where he faked it to Divine, and then when he took off, he did a good job of eluding the tackle. That's what you want. You don't want to see your quarterback take those big hits like that. And it's an opportunity. If you're a defender, and you see the quarterback running at you, you're like, I'm going to do my best form tackle that I can possibly get and throw my shoulder into it.
Well, we have 2 injured Sioux Falls, Washington players, both being looked at on the field there, so we will step aside as well. Again, on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, 3:28 to go in the first quarter. It is Sioux Falls, Washington 7, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We will step aside for a 30-second break right here on Fox Sports Rapid City and also on GoRaidersLive.com.
Who's that?
At 90 now.
Yep, that's my man.
James Sinju.
Welcome back to Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium on this Friday night as we welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. So the injured players, Parker Muth was one of them.
He really put any weight on it, but now he's off to the sideline. He gets a little bit of weight using his teammate as crutches, and they're going to set him down and take a look over at the trainer's table. And then James Sinju, my player to watch, is gingerly walking off as well, and I don't know if it's, I don't know how to tell what that is. He's obviously favoring his.
It was 4th and short, 4th and a yard, depending on the spot for the Raiders. They were 4th and 1 from the 11-yard line, and it looks like it's going to be a loss and a turnover on down for the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing, you got to take a shot, why not? You're 0-3. You've been struggling this season so far. You got to take those type of chances, and I'm okay with that. Even though it didn't pay off, it's still worth a shot.
So here comes Sioux Falls, Washington. Again, they lead 7-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. 3:23 to go in this first quarter. This game coming your way on Fox Sports Rapid City and also on GoRaidersLive.com. Here's Hunter Savon out of the shotgun. There's the give to Jackson right up the middle, and Jackson trying to spin out of a tackle, takes it across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Looks like he has just enough to move the chains. They spot the ball, in fact, at the 22, closer to the 23-yard line, and a Builders first down.
You can see kind of the underclassmen, undersized defensive back for the Raiders comes in. He was already kind of on his way down. That's an opportunity where you can lower your shoulder and get a deliver hit on, kind of deliver some sort of a message that he just kind of grabs him and tries to throw him down.
There's the give once again. Right up through the gap is going to be Braden Jackson once again.
Yeah, again, that time the new starting linebacker for the Raiders, Henry Telecon, had a shot at that one. And, you're a linebacker, you got to stick your shoulder down and make a hit, and he just kind of grabbed him, trying to just wrestle him to the ground.
Coming into this ballgame, Jackson had 13 carries for 43 yards, and no touchdowns yet on the season until tonight. There's a pass to the right side, and hit immediately is going to be number 16, Kason Larson. Larson makes the catch, but the defender tackles him immediately just shy of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was Sullivan, had a shoulder right there as soon as he made that catch. And the fact that the ball was kind of thrown kind of low and in front of him, he had to kind of dive for it. Was able to make the grab again, but he was already on his way to the ground.
Ball on the 29, the line to gain is the 33-yard line. They'll send two receivers to the left, one to the right.
They're going to go for it here. Maybe just a draw off sides.
3rd and 3.
I think they went. Oh,
they give it to Jackson. Jackson around the tackle on the left side, goes down the left sideline. He's at midfield. Now he's at the 40, the 35, 30. Still on his feet with a forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line for Braden Jackson.
I kind of thought it was a false start here. The near receiver on this side kind of drew my attention. I thought he moved before the snap. The official didn't call it. Play went on. He took off a couple steps and then kind of stopped as if, whoops, my bad.
In fact, he did get the first down, but they say he stepped out of bounds back at the Raider 44-yard line instead of inside the 30.
And he's going to take a seat. Zephaniah comes in.
That's Goodwin, Zephaniah, the lone back. They're going to give it to Zephaniah, gets through the line of scrimmage, lunges forward. He is going to get inside the 35-yard line down to the 34. For a gain of almost 10 yards, maybe a half a yard short. 2nd and short coming up for Sioux Falls, Washington.
2nd and short.
5th play of this drive that started back on the Rapid City Stevens 12-yard line. Down to the final 25 seconds and a 7-0 Warriors lead over Rapid City Stevens.
Okay, last week, Zephaniah did a great job running the ball. They threw the ball really well last week.
They give it to Zephaniah once again, getting through the A gap, and he'll have the first down as he gets inside or near the 32-yard line. Needed only one, gets about 3.
I figured he was going to get plenty of action tonight, just as they kind of tag team between he and Jackson.
It appears the clock is going to run out. That is the end of the first quarter here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. Rapid City Stevens celebrating homecoming, but right now at the end of the first quarter, it is Sioux Falls, Washington, leading Rapid City Stevens by a score of 7-0. We will step aside for 1 minute. This is high school football on Fox Sports Rapid City, as well as GoRaidersLive.com.
What's that? Just getting into it. Yeah, I can tell. Get into it now.
I'm going to try to lead a Rich Law and a source of air tops.
I threw you a bone there. I was sorry. Busy.
And we're back here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium as we welcome you back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Start the second quarter here. It is Warriors football as they lead 7-0 over Rapid City Stevens. They're in Raider territory.
Yes, Savon delivers the ball to Jace Woods. Jace Woods was the lone guy on the left side. He just did a crossing route as the Raiders are in a zone defense. He crosses a couple, 3 zones, and ends up on the other side, and has plenty of running room.
2nd and 5 coming up for the Warriors, going from right to left. Ball on the right side hash marks. They give it to, it is number 32, so that's Zephaniah.
Yeah, and the whole host of white jerseys coming with him. Looked like they pulled both the backside guard and tackle and just did all the leading on that one. So he had a good little escort there.
Zephaniah came into this ball game with 108 total rushing yards with an average of 4.1 yards per carry. It's a good win, Zephaniah. So it's 1st and 10 now in the red zone for Sioux Falls, Washington. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line of the Raiders.
Now we're going to empty things out, put Jackson back in motion.
Jackson, there's the give, cuts back to his right up the middle now. Going to take it inside the 10, still on his feet, inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal for the Warriors.
Yeah, they just started an empty formation, and then they motion Jackson back to the backfield, snap it there, try to catch the Raiders on an adjustment, and then he just finds lots of running room up the middle.
Savon gives the ball to Jackson, and Jackson lunges forward, and he is in for the touchdown from 4 yards out.
You can imagine Savon is like, hey, man, let's throw the ball a little bit more, man. I'm tired of handing it off.
So 2nd score of the day for Braden Jackson. The first one from 14 yards, this one from 4 yards on the carry. Here's the extra point attempt by Ryder Dauberpool.
Oh, he had a fun one last week against Jefferson. A botched snap. He picks it up, starts running, and then ends up flipping. We're going to get a Rentschler flag on the field here. He ends up flipping it into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. He was all excited about it.
Looks like another unsportsmanlike conduct against Sioux Falls, Washington. Their 2nd of the game.
Interesting.
Again, that's a Rentschler flag on the field. If you find yourself in a difficult legal situation, whether it's a DUI, criminal charges, or an injury case, you need the right lawyer on your side. With over 30 years of experience, Tim Wrench is a trial lawyer and will help you get the best possible outcome for your case. Call Wrench Law 605-341-1111 or visit wrenchlaw.com.
So now the Raiders got to answer. I liked the drive last time. Made some completions, able to deliver the ball where they needed to. Again, their running game is getting shut down, but I think Floor is kind of getting a little bit more mature in that pocket there, able to kind of stand in there, make the delivery he needs. As long as he has the confidence of his receivers to complement with him, then I think they can be able to make plays. But again, getting open is really the job of the receivers. How they run their routes. Are they going against zone? Are they going against man? Do they need to settle somewhere? Do they need to go do whatever it is kind of their job. It's his job to deliver the ball at the right spot at the right time.
So Sioux Falls, Washington, kicking deep inside their own territory. The kickoff from their own 25-yard line, going from right to left. Here's the kickoff, and over, and it's going to drop in front of Perigo, picked up at the 16-yard line, down the right sideline. A nice return of about 20 yards for Aiden Perigo.
So, that's kind of what you want if you're a kickoff team. Squeeze the ball right along the sideline there, just outside the numbers, and force him that way. You've got a lot more help. You give him,
10 or 15 yards. I mean, 9 yards at the number, so you get them about 10 yards there to run in an alley instead of the whole width of the field.
So they'll start on their own 34-yard line, going from left to right. Here's Austin Flohr out of the shotgun, trips left, one receiver to the right. There's the pass deep down the left sideline. It is up for grabs, and it's intercepted by Sioux Falls, Washington. That's the second turnover in the ball game for the Raiders.
And I think that was Talon Black again. He has a fumble recovery. He has an interception there. So obviously, we talked about the little outlet play. That's what they did. They did a little outlet, see if they can get the defense to draw up. And so he pump fake there, and then he let the ball go. Well, Talon Black is just an absolute athlete out there. He's a free safety. He gets all the way over there, undercuts the throw, and is able to pick it off.
So Sioux Falls, Washington will have the football for the fourth time in this ball game. They were forced to punt on their first possession. They have back-to-back touchdowns as they lead 14-0 with 10:20 remaining till halftime. Savon out of the shotgun, drops back, looks down the middle of the field, now scrambles out of the pocket. He's at the 40, the 45, gets rid of the football down the left sideline. The receiver makes the catch, still on his feet, and now ankle tackled inside the 30. That is Jace Woods. But then a penalty marker back there inside the 40. A holding call will bring this one back.
Well, I tell you what, Savon had forever to throw that ball. He rolled out. I thought he had so much room out here. It was, he was about the 40 when he started looking downfield. Kept his eyes downfield. I would say he had 25 yards of space to run. He could have easily just tucked and run, but I'm sure his coaching staff's like, hey, let's get this passing game going. Here's some opportunities. Keep looking and deliver the ball where you need to.
So instead of a first down, we pick up the Wrench-Law flag on the field. It's now going to be 1st and 20 from the 35-yard line of the Raiders. Again, going from right to left, the line to gain is the 45-yard line of the Raiders. So it's the ball on the 35 of the Warriors. That is going to be Braden Jackson, the ball carrier. He is stopped at about the 38-yard line for a gain of 3.
See, he's ready to take off and run, but he kind of just danced his feet a little bit, waited for his blockers. He had two guys in front of him. He's like, hey, form this line. I'm going to make a move as soon as I need to. And I say hats off to Henry Telecon. He was right there, could have easily been there and blown up. Instead, he got around it. As Jackson tried to cut back, he got an arm on him, and he did not let go. Was able to bring him down.
Tight formation. Savon on 2nd and long, drops back. Now he fires to the right side of the field. The receiver makes the catch, trying to spin out of the tackle is number 16, Kason Larson, but he is going to be tackled as he gets across the 45 to about the 48-yard line to bring up 3rd down.
Not bad. They kind of ran a similar version as Jackson was the outlet guy there, and Savon kind of looked at it for a second and thought, I'm going to take a look downfield. Just went with the check down, the underneath pattern, got a very manageable 3rd down for him.
We're looking at 3rd and 7 coming up for the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors as they lead 14-0, just under 9 minutes to play till half.
I'm waiting for Davon Bonwell-Whitty. That's where we're going to get a timeout here. Maybe they didn't have the right formation. I see Bonwell-Whitty. Either the ball was going to go to him or he made a mistake. One of the two, he was not happy.
So we have a timeout on the field. Again, on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents. There we go. A lot of papers here.
Yeah, you do.
So the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick with...
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements. Western and South Dakota's largest selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs is at Danny Menho Rapid Chevrolet. Over 350 to choose from. GMC, Ram, Ford, Jeep, imports, Chevys, GM certified pre-owned, 24 different manufacturers, all with Danny Menho discounts. If you want it,
They played Jefferson well, even though the score did not indicate it.
Here's Savon, scrambles out of the pocket. He's at the 50, headed. He's got the first down the right sideline as he is forced out of bounds.
And we are going to get a tackle out of bounds. I think that's what's going to happen. I think the defender got his arms on him kind of right as he got onto the white part, but then he kind of continued and kind of spun him down. He didn't throw him, but he spun him down, so I think we're going to get a kind of a is it going to be
Is it a personal foul against the Raiders?
Yeah, as a late hit, I didn't see the signal. It is a personal foul, yeah. Either late hit or unsportsmanlike, some 15 variety, whatever. Again, those are the things that you just can't have when you're trying to do battle. When you've got an uphill climb, you got to be able to get yourself some footing, some traction to get up there, and right now you're just slipping in the mud.
So first down, first and 10 from the 23-yard line.
There it is.
There's the handoff. That's going to go to
Davon Bonwell-Whitty.
Bonwell-Whitty. Is he number 1?
He's number 1.
So Whitty's going to take it down inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Just 2 yards shy of a first down. 2nd and 2 coming up. Savon out of the shotgun. There's the snap. The give to Jackson. Gets through the gap on the left side. Takes it inside the 10 for a Builders first source first down. Again, a Builders first source first down. Whether you're a contractor or homeowner, Builders First Source is your #1 partner for project success. They provide the highest quality building materials and an expert local service you need to get the job done right the first time. Visit BLDR.com or stop by Builders First Source in Rapid City, Spearfish, and Hot Springs. First and goal from the 8. Savon out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. There's the pass right side, caught by the receiver. He is tripped up and then fumbles forward. Loses his balance, actually. Does not lose the ball, but he does get it down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was number 16. That's Kason Larson again. Seeing a lot of action here. He wasn't in the starting lineup, but he's definitely seeing some action. He's he's the backup to Jace Woods, but again, getting him in, getting him some touches is a great opportunity for those. Kangatu is the one who originally tripped him up, and then J.P. Sullivan kind of finish him off there.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Savon out of the shotgun once again. Tight formation. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. There's the pass right there to Bonwell-Whitty.
Shakes 2, 3, and we got a pile moving along there. He avoided 2 would-be tacklers. First one came flying in, he just shoves him out of the way. Next guy's right there. Get out of my way, too. Finally, a group of Raiders get in there and make the stop.
So Bonwell-Whitty is going to be stopped at the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up for Sioux Falls, Washington, as they lead 14-0 with 6.5 minutes to play till half. Savon out of the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. There's the give right up the middle, and in from 3 yards out is Godwin Zephaniah.
Yep. Again, that middle was open, and I'm sure it was on film, so I'm sure Washington kind of studied that this week when they do their film sessions, whether it be Saturday or Monday. And they're like, yep, it looked like the Sturgis had quite a fun time running through the middle of that Raider defense. We're going to do that a lot all night, and they have plenty of it. Whether it's Jackson or Zephaniah, there's plenty of room to run.
And the extra point attempt, in fact, they had to go for the, must have been a broken play there.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but yeah. Heading over there and tried to make a play was it number 15? Number 15 for, that's Caden Sporer. Tried to make a play. It was actually covered well, getting chased down. Again, last week it was a fun one. The kicker picks up the botched ball on the ground, runs like mad, and then he saw as he started to close in about the 5-yard line that he wasn't going to make it, and then he saw his teammate kind of float off into the end zone, and he just flipped it right into him, and it was a lot of cheering. And actually, at that point, I believe it was a 6-point game there. That was in the third quarter. The following possession by Jefferson, they fumbled the ball. Maybe even the kickoff, they fumbled the ball. Washington ended up scoring and took the lead into the third quarter, or rather, through the third quarter.
So it's 20-0 on the State Farm scoreboard with 6:16 remaining here in the second. Here's Dalrymple with the kickoff. End over end. This one is going to be deep. Taken at the 1-yard line by Perigo. Perigo gets out to the 20 and finally tackled at about the 23-yard line. And the Raiders will have the ball for the 5th time in this half.
Well, except for we got a holding penalty here, so it's probably going to go against the Raiders, so they're going to have to back the ball up. That's exactly what it is.
5th penalty of this ball game for Rapid City Stevens. They have 5 penalties for 50 yards rather. 40 yards.
Did they have something like 10 penalties last week?
I believe they did.
Yeah, Rushmore Bowl. It's just like the opportunities are just going by the wayside.
So now the Raiders will have it on their own 13-yard line, going from left to right. It is 1st and 10 with 6:10 to go in the second. They trail 20-0. Austin Floor out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to give the ball to number 20, Jackson Gayetta. It is a short gain.
It's actually Divine, I think.
They said Divine, but I thought it was number 20 out there. Divine is 26, unless I'm wrong on that one. There's Floor. And that time, under pressure, just has to get rid of the football. It was intended for Aiden Perigo, so incomplete. Now looking at 3rd and 11 from the 12-yard line.
They're just going to go no huddle here. And
2 receivers to each side. Austin Floor out of the shotgun. There's the snap. Looks to his left. There's the pass on the hitch route over there by John Paul Sullivan, who makes the catch at the 20-yard line.
He's right just short of the sticks. They step back a yard. I thought, man, that's pretty close, but
that's 4th and 1 now for the Raiders.
They're going to have to kick the ball away here. Try to keep at least the game manageable for the moment here.
Second punt in this ball game for Rapid City Stevens. Here's the punt by the Raiders. High, end over end, bounces at the 45-yard line. It's going to roll into Washington territory. They'll down it at the 48-yard line. And that is where Sioux Falls, Washington will have the football for the 5th time tonight. The Warriors punted on their first drive. Since then, they've scored 3 straight touchdowns.
Yeah, and there's a big play by the Raiders on that one, and they made some other plays as well defensively. But again, all of a sudden now Washington goes more of a balance with their passing game and their ground game, and shows that why I think they should be arguably maybe the number 5 team.
Savon out of the shotgun, trips right, gives the ball. There's the give. That's going to go to Braden Jackson. Jackson takes it into Raider territory, stopped inside the 45, down to about the 44-yard line. Back closer to the 45. It's a gain of 7, second and 3 now for the Warriors.
There were several Raiders there had a shot at getting him, and just were not in position to get down and make a hit.
Trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Savon out of the shotgun. drops back, looks deep. Now he's going to throw deep down the left sideline, has a receiver, but he overthrows number 4, Jace Woods.
Oh, he loves Jace Woods. We saw him last year come in and play.
And we have an injured Raider in the end zone.
This blue just kind of blends in with the blue of the Hard Rocker colors in the end zone, but it's the cramp or whatever it is. But yeah, Jace Woods came. So last year they must have played Central when they came out here. I think we did that game, and just watching Jace Woods, you make some plays. I knew watching or seeing on the calendar this game coming up. I'm like, I'm excited to see two guys on this. Davon Bonwell-Woody and Jason Woods. Obviously, other players have kind of stepped up to be a part of that excitement of this Washington team, but definitely wanted to see those guys play.
The injured Raiders, number 10, Joshua Bender. Joshua is a 5'7", 160-pound junior defensive back. He is getting helped off by the coaching staff and the trainer.
Just a cramp there, I would imagine. He's
not really putting any weight on that right leg, though.
Oh, they're not, yeah.
So we had an incomplete pass. The ball on the Raider 45-yard line. The line to gain is the 42 of the Raiders. 3rd and 3 coming up for Sioux Falls, Washington. Spread offense. Here's Savon out of the shotgun. Drops back, looks to his left, has a receiver. He bobbles the ball and drops it.
Oh, no. That was Sam Ewing.
He had it for a moment. Now it's going to make it 4th and short from the Raider 45.
Yeah, a good spot right in that empty spot of the zone between the underneath the deep guy, behind the low guy, and again, I think he was just ready to kind of take off, and then all of a sudden the ball's getting bobbled around.
4th down territory for Sioux Falls, Washington, as they lead 20-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. 4:08 to play in this first half. There's the give right up the middle, and getting the first down is going to be number 28. That is Braden Jackson. Jackson gives the Warriors another Builders First Source first down. That is their 9th first down of this half.
Yeah, this efficiently churning offense, and not this last play, but the previous play, the Raiders tried to send a blitz. It was picked up so well, and Savon had plenty of time to make the throw that he needed to. He didn't even need that much time, but instead of having Raiders in his face, he was able to have a clean look.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Savon out of the shotgun. There's the give to Jackson. Gets around the tackle. Still down the left sideline at the 30 and forced out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line. Nice run there by Braden Jackson for another Builders First Source first down.
Well, he was definitely helped by Jason Woods out there. Not only does Woods catch balls, he also blocks on the perimeter as well, and just pushed the Raider defender back and gave him a lot more alley to run with.
Again, it's homecoming 2025 for Rapid City Stevens. They will honor the homecoming king and queen here at halftime, plus a performance by the Raider Marching Band. They fake the handoff. Making the catch is going to be Bonwell-Woody.
Ewing.
Sam Ewing making the catch.
Yeah, he's kind of dancing around. It's a bubble screen to the inside. He gets it. He's looking for a block. He can't find it here, can't find it there. Dance around. He went all the way out into the hash marks just to try to find some room to run. We're going to get looks like a Renchlaw flag on the field. I think it was a holding against the Warriors. That's going to back him up.
That's the 6th penalty in this ballgame for Sioux Falls, Washington. Now we're looking at 1st and 20 for the Warriors, with 3:05 remaining in this first half, and again a 20-0 Sioux Falls, Washington lead. They fake the handoff, rolling out to his right, looking down the field, floats it over the middle. The receiver makes the catch. That's Bonwell-Woody. And he's going to be tackled right at the original line of scrimmage.
And how about that? That was Seiya Savon rolls out, looks downfield, finds what he wants. Bonwell Whitty, one-handed grab, pulls it down, able to make the haul with the defender draped all over him, and gets past the original line of scrimmage.
Second and just a little less than 10 coming up with the ball inside the 25-yard line. At about the 24, Seiya Savon out of the shotgun, looks to his left, has a receiver. He makes the catch at the 20, still on his feet. Gets close to the 10-yard line with forward progress. Making the catch was Jace Woods, number 4.
I was hoping that they might, open up that passing game a little bit, move the ball down the field. That's exactly what they're doing right now.
Seiya Savon rolling out to his right, looking for the end zone. He's in some trouble. He's going to be sacked at about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, he just didn't. That's great coverage sack. He just didn't have anywhere to go. Kind of danced around, almost got out of it, but as he continued on, just ended up being brought down. That was number 84 for the Raiders, which is Jace Gingras. He was coming backside last time, came backside again this time, and again, he just didn't have anywhere to throw.
Second and goal now from the 11-yard line. Second and 10, actually. There's the pass to the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete. Almost caught there by number 4, Jace Woods.
Yeah, back in the corner. Again, he loves the tandem that he's got to work with here, whether it's Bonwell Whitty or Jace Woods, and the rapport hopefully builds as the season moves along.
Third and 10 from the 11-yard line. Seiya Savon out of the shotgun. There's the give. This goes to Jackson. Escapes one tackler, still on his feet. Penalty flag comes flying in. He's headed for the end zone. He is in for the touchdown, but this one might be coming back.
Yeah, there was a hole right on the perimeter there. Unfortunately, it was right out in front of everyone that everyone could see it, and we're going to bring it back.
So that will erase the touchdown by Braden Jackson, who would have got his third of the night. That's the 7th penalty on Sioux Falls, Washington in this half.
So obviously that's kind of the knock. I think Washington is a really talented team, but just some of the mistakes that they make, trying to make plays, the penalties, just they've got the athletes, especially in that passing game, and Coach Evans is going to take a timeout here. He's got to get ready for this big, it's 4-down territory, but this is a big play here.
So we have a timeout on the field here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, with 59 seconds left in the second quarter. It's Sioux Falls, Washington, 20, Rapid City Stevens, nothing. We're back in 30 seconds right here on Fox Sports Rapid City and also on GoRaidersLive.com. And again, welcome back to Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium on week 4 of the high school football season as we welcome you back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service, and Recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. It is 3rd and long. In fact, 3rd and 18 coming up. Here's Seiya Savon, drops back out of the shotgun, looks for the end zone, and it is intercepted by the Raiders.
Yeah, that's number 19. I'm not sure he knew who he wanted to go to Bonwell Whitty was there, probably the closest receiver, but also in the area was Kason Larson. So another receiver there, more defenders there, and that's exactly what happened as he delivered it right into the hands. Is that number 19?
Number 19, Brady Waddell.
Sorry.
No, you're right. First turnover in this ball game for the Warriors with that interception by Brady Waddell, and that will give the Raiders the football 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, going from left to right.
Yeah, they still got 3 timeouts left here. So they spot the ball on the near hash mark over there, and we'll see what kind of 2-minute offense the Raiders can pull up.
52 seconds remaining now. Out of the shotgun, trips left, one receiver to the right, Floor. Screen pass left side is going to be caught by number 19. Waddell makes the catch, and that's going to be a short gain to about the 21-yard line. Again, trips left, one receiver to the right. That's Sullivan with single coverage to the right side. Coming across the field is going to be Floor. He will tuck and run as he dives forward. He is short of a first down at about the 29-yard line.
They're going to stop the clock here.
And we are going to get, it looks like, a timeout
by the Raiders. It's a good job by Floor. Looked like kind of the pocket was collapsing around him. He found a little crevice there, a little light, and took off running and squeezed right in there. Was about a yard shy of first down.
The ball marked at the 29. The line to gain is the 30. 26 seconds to play here in the second quarter. On the State Farm scoreboard, Sioux Falls, Washington leading Rapid City Stevens 20-0. Next week, the Raiders on the road. They are going to be in Harrisburg, and it will be the Tigers' homecoming next week.
Nothing like food for the Tigers, right? you try to schedule yourself some easier games for your homecoming. Obviously, the Raiders had to kind of go with what they had as far as schedule goes. So,
Raiders come back onto the field, and now here come the Warriors. 2nd and 1 from the 29-yard line of the Raiders. 26 seconds left till half, and a 3-score lead for the Warriors. Now trips right, one receiver to the left. Austin Floor out of the shotgun snap. There's Floor, and he throws it behind the intended receiver. That was intended for Waddell, who was cutting to the middle of the field.
Yeah, it was, and he was open. I think if Floor would have delivered that ball where it needed to be, I think he had an open area right in the middle and heading up the field.
4th and 1 coming up for the Raiders, again on their own 29-yard line. They will send 2 receivers to each side with a spread formation. Here's the shotgun snap to Floor. He'll drop back, looks to his left, has a receiver, and that is enough for a Builders first down.
Now they're gonna stop the clock. They're gonna say he was out of bounds. It looked like. Maybe this is not a high school rule, but, in obviously college and NFL, they stopped. Oh, they called a timeout. That's why. I was going to say, he stopped his momentum in the field of play and then ended up going out of bounds. So
I think that was Aiden Perigo who made the catch, I believe.
You just like those nice little controls. That's an out route is so hard to throw because you're players going away from you. You've got to deliver it on the money. You can't deliver it high. You can't deliver it behind them. And he's got to be able to time it. And the best separation on an out route is right when you sink your hips and make that cut to go on the out part of it. And if that's where your separation needs to be, if it takes too long, you got a good defensive back. He can close in quickly and knock the ball away.
Just the 3rd first down of this half for Rapid City Stevens. They'll go spread formation once again. Austin Floor out of the shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Man in motion. There's the jet sweep. They're going to give the ball and go to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to find some yardage as he cuts it upfield. He's going to take it to about the 38-yard line for a gain of 6 yards.
They're going to use their last time out here. Are they going to spike it?
No, it is timeout.
Raiders
Raiders.
said that they have to. There's no time to line up to spike it or anything. And
We're down to the final 5 seconds as the Raiders now face a 2nd and 4 from the 38-yard line. The 42 is the line to gain.
yeah, obviously now there's two situations you got to think about here. The Raiders are going to do one of two things. They are either going to air it out, or they're going to try maybe a trick play, something like that, hook and ladder, those type of weird plays that might happen. Maybe get somebody in the other part is maybe get somebody in the middle of the field. And because the Warriors are going to be somewhat spread out because they're going to be on some sort of prevent defense here, spread out, maybe you get somebody in the middle, makes a cut, gets upfield, that type of thing. The other aspect is if you do air it out and you throw an interception, you got to make sure you tackle the guy so he doesn't get a touchdown.
Both teams are back on the field. Again, down to the final 5 seconds. We're looking at 2nd and 4 coming up for the Raiders, again in their own territory. John Paul Sullivan goes in motion. Here's Sullivan, who also plays quarterback. He throws it back to Floor. Floor is tackled after he crosses the 40-yard line, but the clock shows zeros, and that is the end of the first half.
Well, it's not a bad play. I think the execution could have been better on that. Sullivan got it, threw back the other way. Floor kind of stopped kind of just outside of where the pile was, so to speak, and he's got to get way out there. He's got to, and then when Sullivan threw it, he caught it and then goes back up the middle. He's got to get it to the outside, and you don't want to get right back into the teeth of that.
So it's halftime here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium, and it's homecoming 2025 for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, here at halftime, Sioux Falls, Washington leads Rapid City Stevens by a score of 20-0. The halftime show on radio is coming up next. Again, you're listening to high school football on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and online at foxsportsrapidcity.com. We also want to thank you for viewing or for watching tonight on GoRaidersLive.com. We're back in 2 minutes for the halftime show on Fox Sports Rapid City. Thanks for joining us on Fox Sports Rapid City. It is the halftime show for homecoming 2025. for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, and they are trailing the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors by a score of 20-0. Right now, the Raider marching band performing here at halftime. It's a great crowd, of course. Homecoming is one of the biggest games of the year. You know, you think of the rivalry game between Rapid City Stevens and Rapid City Central, but of course this usually a little earlier in the season, a little nicer weather, and of course just a perfect night for a football game. But unfortunately for Rapid City Stevens, they find themselves down 20-0 here at halftime between two teams that are still seeking that first win of the season.
Yeah, they are, and we kind of talked about that in the pregame show. It kind of showed tonight. Kind of one of the reasons why they are 0-3 is they got playmakers. We've seen that they just can't execute at times. Maybe misfiring in places. Maybe the penalties. Obviously, there's that turnover tonight, just trying to force a play in there. So it's kind of those things that kind of keep them down at the 0-3, maybe outside of the top 5, the top 4 or 5, whatever it is, right in that spot there. But again, they got plenty of talent. They're showing it tonight. They're ball a whole heck of a lot more, shorten up the game, and try to wrap it up and go home, or if he's going to, do what he did in the second quarter. You know what? Let's put the ball in my guys' hands and see if they can make some more plays here. I want to see them out here running routes, making plays, making catches, using their skills and their abilities. Again, plenty of talent. Is he going to use that? So that's kind of one of the two options. I'm not quite sure what Coach Evans is kind of deciding. For the Raiders coming out, I think they're just going to kind of do a lot of what they did. They showed that they were not going to be able to run the ball. And so I think more control type of offense. They want the ball out of Flores' hands, and then, a lot of control, and then try to air something out big, see if they can catch one of the defenders, up short somewhere, see if they can get somebody to run by him. I don't know how much speed the Raiders actually have to run by somebody, but maybe you can get them to kind of cheat up on a pump fake or something like that.
Again, that's a quick look at our adjustments for this second half as we, I should say, the halftime show is winding down here on Fox Sports Rapid City. And Sioux Falls, Washington leading 20-0 over Rapid City Stevens. They're just announcing the homecoming court. We do want to say congratulations to homecoming king Drayson Paulson. Of course, we will see him a lot during the basketball season. Drayson Paulson's older brother also played, Dawson Paulson. And then also to homecoming queen, if I get this pronounced this right, but it's Mia Sirignano. Sirignano is the homecoming queen. So congratulations to those two on being homecoming king and queen for 2025.
Yeah, it's always exciting. It's just that extra special about the game, Put something in there, get some excitement, get some crowd in there. People get to see all the the dressing up. I don't see they dress too much. Did they do the tuba race?
That's during the Central Stevens game.
Oh my gosh,
the tuba race. You're a little ahead of yourself.
My bad. I always look forward to the tuba race, and I don't remember when it was.
So the Warriors are coming back onto the field. The Raiders will be out here shortly, so we are going to step aside for 1 minute here on our halftime show. If we have some time, we will come back. We will also go through some scores for you here at the break. Here at halftime at O'Hara Stadium, Sioux Falls, Washington 20, Rapid City Stevens nothing. On the State Farm scoreboard, we're back in 1 minute right here on Fox Sports Rapid City, and also thanks for watching on GoRaidersLive.com.
We have it, or our friendly staff will find it for you. Buyers on site offering top dollar for all trades. Financing available on the spot and all credit applications accepted. See us at Danny Menho Rapid Chevrolet or DannyMenhoRapidChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, One pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
It's sport utility season at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda. Shop the area's best selection of pre-owned Honda and Honda certified pre-owned sport utilities. Save big with 0.99% APR on select certified pre-owned, 0.99. Plus, we have over 175 used SUVs available from Jeep, Honda, Ford, Nissan, Subaru, Chevy, GMC, and more. Your sport utility is here, and the time to buy is now, before the snow flies. See us at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Shot of making a playoff.
And that'll do it for our scores as we get set to start this second half. But I do know that Hill City's all over Faith tonight. If you're able to maybe track down Wall, I think they're in play tonight. But we're getting ready to start the second half. Again, if you want to get all the scores, of course, Matt Kearney will have those for you at the end of our broadcast tonight. It's Score Central with Matt Kearney. That's coming up again at the end of our broadcast here at
Wall is off
Dunham Field.
Okay, unless they play some other day. They're not playing tonight.
So the Raiders will kick off from left to right as we get this second half underway. Here's the kickoff. A short end-over-end taken at about the 12-yard line by the Warriors. Out to the 30, the 40, still on his feet, breaking tackles. Getting into Raider territory was number 3 for Sioux Falls, Washington.
Tyler Pankanen plays some defensive back and does some kick returning duty. So great return, like you said, across the 40, across the 50, near the 40. They're going to get into the, see where they're going to mark it here.
The Raider 43. So the Warriors with a chance to add to their 3-score lead. Hunter Savon. In a spread formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the shotgun snap, gives the ball to Jackson. That's number 32, so that would be Zephaniah. Goodwin Zephaniah takes the ball across the 40, down to the 39-yard line for a gain of 4 yards. 2nd and 6 now coming up for Sioux Falls, Washington.
The prophet Zephaniah predicting that his team's going to win. Sorry, biblical reference, my bad.
Again, trips right, 1 receiver left. Savon out of the shotgun. Looking back towards the sideline. Maybe changing plays.
Yeah, they were going to, does that one clap to check the coverage here.
Screen pass right side, caught by the receiver at the 40 to the 45. Escapes a tackler, and he's going to be tackled just shy of the 30-yard line on that far sideline. And again, it's going to be number 2, Sam Ewing.
Yeah, so they got trips on the right-hand side there. They come to the line. They give a clap to see if maybe the The defense is going to shift, maybe reveal their hand. Are we in what coverage we're at? Who's going where? He looks back to the sideline. They make an adjustment as it needs to be, and then he goes on.
12th first down for the Warriors in this ball game. Now trips left, one receiver to the right. There's the shotgun snap. They fake the handoff. No, they're going to give it to Zephaniah. He is at the 10, the 5, and in for the scores. He fools everyone. Takes it 32 yards to pay dirt.
Yeah, he predicted to make the play, score another touchdown. He's like, I'm going to do it.
That is his second of the night. Godwin Zephaniah.
Again, they got that spread formation, so there's always that threat that they're going to, throw the ball somewhere, somehow, and just low, short, controlled things, and showing right away they did this at the start of the game. They're just going to take care of business. They got those big linemen up front, open holes wide, and quick running backs to get through them.
Here's Dalberpool with the extra point attempt. There's the kick, the hold, and this one is through the uprights. So we have 10:32 remaining here on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. Right now, Sioux Falls, Washington leading Rapid City Stevens 27-0 here in the third quarter. Raider football when we come back in 30 seconds on Fox Sports Rapid City and also on GoRaidersLive.com. Again, welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. It's week 4 of the South Dakota High School football season. Sioux Falls, Washington, all over Rapid City Stevens, 27-0 is your score. Here's a high kick. It's going to be taken inside the 5-yard line on the return. And that is a nice return. I think that was number 2, so is that Liam Lakaruba?
Yeah. Liam had a great shot. I think he got shoestring tackled there. You heard the crowd kind of get excited for a second. He was one shoestring away from breaking that up the field, but gets tripped up, and that's where the Raiders will set up shop.
So a nice return from Liam. He is a 5'7", 140-pound senior. Has some quickness. He actually runs track, and boy, that guy can run. Here's Austin Ford out of the shotgun, has a man in motion. There's a screen pass. Foster makes the catch. He's at the 30, tries to spin out of a tackle, but instead he's going to be brought down by a host of Warriors after a gain of just 1 yard from the 30 to about the 31.
Yeah, those are the plays where you need, that little outside screen type thing. You need your lineman to get out in front and get some extracurricular blocking. Otherwise, the numbers are 3-on-3. You've got 2 blockers, and you expect your receiver to break one of those tackles.
Spread formation, second and 9. Floor out of the shotgun. Under duress, gets rid of the football, but he was under pressure immediately as he tried to get it to Foster down the middle.
Yeah, that was Samuel Mercuria in there right away. He's the defensive end on that side. I think he actually had an opportunity there. It looked like that the receiver was open.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Again, Austin Floor out of the shotgun with 9:44 to go. He'll roll out to his left. Now he throws, has a receiver. Sullivan cuts back to his right, has the first down. It's a Builder's First Source first down for John Paul Sullivan.
Yeah, nice job. Just a little deep out route there. Got to where he needed. Floor rolls out. He got a great block by the running back. Came up as the linebacker was coming in. Got that nice block, an opportunity to set his feet. hits J.P. Sullivan, who made a move, cut up field, plenty of room.
Trips right, one receiver to the left. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Man in motion. Making the catch is Devine. He turns the corner. He's into Warriors territory. Tackled at about the 42-yard line, but that appears to be enough for another Builders First Source first down.
Yeah, and that's where you got your numbers that time. Devine's got some speed. He's got blockers on the perimeter. Gets over there. Was that Devine or was it number 2?
I believe it was 26.
Okay.
Aiden Devine. Had to put my readers on there for a moment.
Sure.
Look at my roster.
Lakaruba hustle off the field, so.
They'll go in that spread formation in Warriors territory, 1st and 10 from the 42.
Got the numbers on the left-hand side, zone coverage over there.
Man goes in motion. That is Waddell. He's going to make the catch. He's at the 40. And he's going to be forced out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line. It looks like the 36, but a nice gain there by Brady Waddell.
Yeah, you can see there was a safety over there and a linebacker, and once they broke the huddle and they went into that twins formation on that side, the linebacker took like 2 steps and it's like, okay, my guy runs an out route, which is exactly what Waddell did. He's going to be wide open, and that's exactly what happened.
Clock with 8:25 remaining in the third quarter, 27-0. Sioux Falls, Washington leading Rapid City Stevens, but the Raiders on the move. They'll send a man in motion. That's Perigo from left to right. Rolling out to his right. Now they get the ball to Perigo. Perigo able to make some positive yardage, still on his feet, and has the first down for the Raiders. That was a nice play by Perigo on the catch and run.
Yeah, no doubt. Inspired football. I mean, he's doing an out route from his jet formation, a little jet out, if you will. He gets it, but he had to stop and come back to it. Cuts up the middle, ducked between 2 defenders, and then hit another pile and kept driving them forward.
The ball now inside the 30. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders from the Warriors 27. Floor out of the shotgun in the spread formation. Has Waddell go in motion from right to left. There's the screen pass. It's going to be caught by
85.
Is that 85?
Yeah. Talmadge Nearing.
Talmadge Nearing, a 6-foot, 160-pound junior. Doesn't get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, we haven't.
I don't think the first time we called his name. Talmadge Nearing.
He's actually the second person that I know with the name of Talmadge.
Really?
Yeah, so makes me wonder a little bit. Anyway, but yeah, right now the Warriors are just kind of playing a little soft zone at the moment.
Short gain, 2nd and 9 for the Raiders. Austin Floor.
Inside guy does a curl.
Shotgun snap. There's a pass to the outside, but the player was leveled. He drops it. That was Nearing, and Nearing gets leveled there at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was Quentin Hall over there. Just threw his shoulder just as he got it. It was a legal hit, but he's going one way, Hall's going the other way. I think they had an opportunity there to kind of read. There was no defender on the third guy in on that side. He runs a little curl route, and they got a first down.
3rd and 11. Spread formation again. Floor out of the shotgun. Looks to the middle of the field. Now he throws it deep for the end zone. It's caught by Sullivan for the touchdown.
We talked about it. Do they have someone who has enough speed to get downfield? He threw it where he needed to. The cornerback over there thought he had some help on the coverage. The safety was getting over there. Last time they did that play, the safety broke it up and I believe intercepted it last time. That was Talon Black. But this time, the speed of Sullivan up the sideline, Black was late getting over there. The throw, the catch, the touchdown.
A 28-yard touchdown throw to John Paul Sullivan, and the Raiders are on the scoreboard. Here's the extra point attempt, and that one is no good.
Couldn't quite tell. It looked like it was up and good. But
from our angle, it did.
Yeah, obviously this angle.
But a little bit of life there by the Raiders with 6:52 to go in the third quarter. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It's Sioux Falls, Washington 27, Rapid City Stevens 6. It will be Warriors football when we come back, but the Raiders show some life. They are on the scoreboard. So So we will step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Fox Sports Rapid City. Also, thanks for watching on GoRaidersLive.com. And welcome back to O'Hara Stadium in Rapid City with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickersham as we welcome you back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. The Raiders get set to kick off. Dean, they have enough players to see you counting out there.
Yeah, well, you can't have any more than 6, and they have 6 on this side, but then they have 4 on the other side, so it bounces out.
Here's the kick. This one high end over end, taken inside the 10-yard line by Sioux Falls, Washington. On the return, out to the 30, still on his feet. Didn't catch the number of the return, but he has a nice return to the 40-some yard line, 43 maybe.
Oh, that was the aforementioned guy that delivered the hit, Quentin Hall. But yeah, nice job. He did a little hop step. I hope they don't get rid of the kickoff. I know there's lots to talk about, injuries and whatever, but boy, I just love, there's a lot of excitement.
Oh, there is.
You get a good kickoff and you get a good run. People just freely run around. It's like, it's like backyard football. You just get to go kind of wherever you want. You have fun. You try to juke your friends. And
so Sioux Falls, Washington. There's the handoff to Jackson. Jackson around the tackle, gets to midfield, still on his feet. Tackled at the Raider 45-yard line. That's going to be a gain, actually 44-yard line for a gain of 13 yards. I don't see any flags on the play.
No, and yeah, just a kind of a stretch zone out there. Lots of running room, getting out in front, getting your seal blocks, getting your reach blocks.
13th first down in this ball game for Sioux Falls, Washington, now in Raider territory with 6:15 left in this third quarter. Again, it's 27-6 is your score. Savon out of the shotgun, now looking back towards his bench on the left side.
They're going to take a timeout here.
Looks like we have a delay of game penalty against Sioux Falls, Washington, called by the back judge.
Yeah, and they got to the line right away, so I don't know if there's were they late getting the play in?
So that delay of game penalty pushes them back after that Wrench-Law flag on the field. We're looking at 1st and 15 from the 49-yard line. Savon out of the shotgun, looking again towards his coaching staff. Now he changes the play, trips left, one receiver right, takes the shotgun snap, gives the ball to Jackson through the gap on the right side, still on his feet. He's at the 30, tripped up, but he's still moving. He's at the 20, down to the 15-yard line before he is forced out of bounds.
He's so elusive out there. 2 Raiders hitting the deck, trying to shoe tackle him, ankle tackle, and nothing. Finally, Waddell's the one who runs him out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
So that will make it 1st and 10 for Sioux Falls, Washington on the Raider 15. Warriors come up to the line of scrimmage. So again, they'll go trips left, one receiver to the right. Looks like Jackson is lined up as the lone back to the left of Savon. They'll give the ball to Jackson, trying to get through the gap. He's going to get down to the 10-yard line, maybe inside the 10 for a gain of about 5, maybe 6. Depending on the spot. They'll spot the ball with the nose of the football at the 9-yard line, so we'll say 2nd and 4 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they air the ball out at all, at least at this time. They're just going to settle for either a short pass or a... Let's get down. Here's an opportunity here.
Trips left, one receiver right, Savon out of the shotgun. Jackson lined up to his left, takes the snap. There's the screen pass, left side is going to be caught by number 2. He's heading in for the end zone. And that is going to be Sam Ewing who takes it in from 9 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, they survey the defense. Coach Evans signals in a play. The last second, everyone sees it. Nice little screen pass, and he was practically untouched.
Comes the extra point attempt. Again by number 12, Ryder Dauberpool, a 5'9", 155-pound junior, to add to this lead. There's the snap, the hold, and the kick is good. So again, on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, we have 4:28 left in the third quarter. It is now Sioux Falls, Washington 34, Rapid City Stevens 6. We will come back in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, it'll be Raider football right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. And back here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium on this Friday night, we welcome you back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Also, thanks for joining us on GoRaidersLive.com. Dauberpool gets set to kick off for Sioux Falls, Washington. Looks like Liam Lacarua and Aiden Perigo back deep for the Raiders. Here's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken by Perigo at the 15-yard line. Finds a little bit of running room. He spun out of one tackle and finally brought down at about the 34-yard line. So a decent return there by Aiden Perigo.
Yeah, you like the momentum. Catches it on the run, and when you do that, there's less time for the tacklers, the coverage team getting down there to kind of seal you in or whatever. You can hit a hole. You got the field already spread out. You find a hole that you're going to go through, and you just go through it. And it's kind of like, what was it, Red Rover? Throw your guy out and see if you can kind of grab him on the other side.
Spread formation out of the shotgun snap. Floor has Waddell go in motion from right to left, takes the snap. There's the pass to Waddell. Waddell tried to break a tackle, and he is going to... Does he get any positive yardage? He may have gotten just back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, kind of looks like what happened there. He had to break, looked like 2 tackles, and he actually kind of got out of both of them. I think kind of the last second they kind of forced him backwards, so they called his momentum stopped.
Down to 4 minutes left in this third quarter. 34-6, Sioux Falls, Washington with the lead. Spread formation, Floor out of the shotgun, claps his hands. Fakes the handoff to Perigo. Now it's going to be the quarterback keeper for Floor, who's going to be tackled at about the 38-yard line, maybe 39.
Yeah, I think they just ran the option that time. Looking to the outside. There was some confusion in the secondary here of this Washington Warrior team. They had 2 guys over here. Looked like they're running zone over here, but then another guy comes running over.
Short game ball on the
30. Starters are still out there. You know, a lot of times in this part of the game, you'll start subbing guys in, but I see the starters out there for the Warriors.
3rd and 6. There's the give to Devine. And Devine is going to be stopped at just shy of the 40-yard line.
It's funny, he wasn't going anywhere, but he also wasn't going down, and there were bodies flying all over him.
And correction, that was not Devine, it was number 20, so that is Jackson Gayetta. So a short game, 4th down now, and the punting unit comes onto the field for Rapid City Stevens. They will punt for just
fake punt here.
The 3rd time tonight.
I think Perigo would be in for that one, but I guess not.
4th and 5 from just inside the 40. The line to gain was the 44, so
Perigo's going to stay. Oh, the movement. Oh, yep.
False start against Rapid City Stevens.
The tight end on this side kind of popped up there, but they had a play that just went by the wayside. you might as well, right? 2:24 left to go here in the third quarter. You're down by 28 points.
Sixth penalty in this game for Rapid City Stevens. That backs them up 5. Here's the punt by the Raiders. A nice punt taken at the 20-yard line. But a nice return down that right sideline. And still on his feet.
Oh, he stepped out.
He stepped out of bounds, but that was a nice return by,
he's like,
is that number 0?
Yeah, that's Quentin Hall. Quentin Hall, Mr. Excitement there. We've seen he do a couple of things. He's like all the way in the end zone. I was like, what's going on here? It's like, dude, you stepped out. Sorry.
So the ball at the 41-yard line. Eighth time that the Warriors will have the ball tonight. They've scored on 5 of their 8 possessions so far tonight.
And again, I think they're just going to ball on the ground. 80-20 run versus pass here.
Savon gives the ball to Jackson through the A-gap, and he's going to be wrapped up. He thought he was on his way to maybe get more than what he thought, but he only gets a yard or 2.
Yeah, not much there. That was number 50, Apollo Gorgas. Coming in there. Yeah, it looked like he was going to step right out of that. They've kind of been doing it all night. The Raiders, struggling a little bit to kind of wrap up and get the running back down. But Gorgas, big strong hands there, arms, gets the job done.
Gain of 1, so 2nd and 9 out of the shotgun. They give the ball to Jackson. Jackson through the gap down the left sideline, hurdles a defender, and a wrench law flag on the field comes flying in there. Right now it shows a first down, but we'll see if this one is coming back.
This is probably a hold here.
No, they're going to pick up the flag. So no flag on the field, and instead a Builders First Source first down.
Yep, moving up. Good job. Just a quick little easy toss to the outside. You let your blockers get out in front of you, and they just escort you down the field and give you lots of running room.
Down to 1 minute left in this third quarter with a 34-6 lead. They give the ball to Jackson. He breaks it to the outside, now cuts back to his left, and he is finally going to stumble inside the 30-yard line.
Does such a good job, they're going to have him take a seat. Here comes Zephaniah in.
16 first downs now for Sioux Falls, Washington. 1st and 10 from the Raider 27-yard line. Down to the final 34 seconds of this third quarter. Savon gives the ball to Zephaniah, gets through right through the middle, takes it inside the 20 down to about the 22-yard line. That is real close to a first down.
I believe he got it. Make that 12 first downs. They're gonna move it back a little bit. He was a lot more forward, but I think maybe his knee was down and then he kind of bent backwards and then got forward here, and that's going to be the last play. Well, the Warriors going to go for it.
They do get the play off right before zeros. Here's Savon scrambles out of the pocket to his right, throws to the end zone. The receiver makes the catch. Did he stay in bounds?
They say yes.
They say yes. Touchdown for number 1, Davon Bonwell-Whitty.
Yeah, again. Savon just stands there and waits. There's absolutely nobody. This was backyard football. He's standing there. He's watching. He's waiting. The coverage could have, everybody could have gone down there and threw an extra coverage on there. I kind of looked like maybe he just kind of threw it up, an opportunity, but no, he actually threw a pretty good ball there. There were 2 receivers in the area. Bonwell-Whitty was on the back side of it, and here's another scramble play. botched snap, and down goes Ferris Pentagraph. Oh, excuse me, wrong one. Sorry, my bad. Caden Sporer with the ball there. So another botched snap, but either way, the touchdown still stands.
So the touchdown to Davon Bodwell-Whitty in the back of the end zone, and that's the end of the third quarter. Sioux Falls, Washington 40, Rapid City Stevens 6. We're back in 1 minute right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. And we're back here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium on this Friday night as we welcome you back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Week 4 of the high school football season, Raider football. As we start this fourth quarter, they trail Sioux Falls, Washington 40-6.
Perigo got another big run there on the kick return. Looked like he was going to break a couple. The crowd kind of got excited, but somebody finally grabbed him just outside the 30-yard line.
Trips left now, 2 receivers to the left, empty backfield, and a penalty marker. This is going to go against the Warriors.
Somebody lining up in the neutral zone.
9th penalty in this ball game for Sioux Falls, Washington. So a free 5 yards for the Raiders. Again, they'll go with an empty backfield. Floor out of the shotgun. The ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it's intercepted by the Warriors.
But it's such a hard one. You throw a good ball, but somebody gets an arm up there, and he gets it intercepted. Number 22, Caden Consor. And here you go quickly. Just when you think you made a great drive last time, things happen for you, and now you come back, you got some excitement here, and then you end up with that one. And again, it's just the defender doing his job, right? Getting in the face. There was pressure coming in. Floor got rid of the ball. I thought did it well. Just didn't quite have the window that he needed, and the ball gets batted up in the air, and everybody goes after it.
So now a short field for the Warriors with 11:49 to play. Savon passes to the right side on an out route there. Getting tripped up, it looks like number 84?
84.
So that is Desmond Wilka, the tight end. On an out route there, gets tripped up inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. So now we're looking at 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Savon out of the shotgun, drops back, looks to his right, single coverage down the right sideline, and an easy touchdown pass to number 4, Jace Woods, who scores for the first time tonight from 32 yards.
Yeah, they've been going after him quite a few times tonight. Caught a few, dropped a few, and that was it. As it looked like the Raiders were trying to get into the right coverage, but like you said, one-on-one single coverage there. You're going to play him close to the line. You better be ready to do trail technique and use a whole lot of speed.
Going Here's the extra point attempt coming up for Sioux Falls, Washington. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. And no good, says the officials.
Tonight has not been the night for kicking field goals, that's for sure. Either we've got two botched snaps, three extra points that got missed. It's not even windy out.
So your score on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, with 11:02 to go in the fourth quarter. Sioux Falls, Washington, all over Rapid City Stevens by a score of 46-6. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is high school football on Fox Sports Rapid City. And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Sioux Falls, Washington, leading by 40. Here's the kickoff. It is going to be taken by Perigo down the right sideline, has some running room. Again, he's going to take it out across the 20 to about the 25-yard line. We'll see where they spot the football. But the Raiders will have it. Looks like at the 26-yard line.
Now that we've got running clock here, looks like the Warriors are going to start subbing a few people in. I see Quentin Hall coming out of the game. Taylor Black is going to stay in there, but Hall is coming out.
There's Austin Floor again out of the shotgun. Empty. No, it does not have an empty backfield, but he's going to roll out towards the ramp side, get rid of the football. Caught by Perigo down the left sideline, and he's going to be tackled just shy of midfield. That's going to be a Builders First Source first down. Again, if you find yourself, whether you're a contractor or a homeowner, Builders First Source is your #1 partner for project success. They provide the highest quality building materials and expert local service you need to get the job done right the first time. Visit BLDR.com or stop by Builders First Source in Rapid City, Spearfish, and Hot Springs. Man in motion, that's Perigo. Out of the backfield, they get the ball to Divine down the left sideline. And he is going to be tackled real close to a first down marker.
I don't think the blue on the other side liked maybe a late hit. I don't know. It was right along the sideline. We couldn't quite see it, but I like the play design. They've been running jet sweeps going to that way, and then they just get Divine to sneak out the other way. He's got some running room real close to the first down.
Floor with Divine to his right. Now Perigo goes in motion from left to right. There's the shotgun snap, rolling out to his right. There's the pass caught by Perigo down the right sideline. Tiptoes down the sideline. Gets across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. And that will move the chains once again for another Builders First Source first down.
I tell you what, it's, they're moving him around. They're giving him opportunities to make plays. There aren't dynamic plays by any means, but they're spreading it out. They're giving him plenty of options to make plays at. I kind of like the way the Raiders are running their offense right now.
7:38 to go in the fourth quarter. 46-40 is your score. Sioux Falls, Washington with the lead. Waddell goes in motion now. Here's Austin Floor. He's going to keep it. He's going to get across the 35 down to the 32-yard line.
Boy, just had one guy to escape, and he had a lot of room to run. Again, they just ran that jet under play where they get jet guy and he runs the under. But underneath him, there wasn't anybody. I think Floor was looking that way, didn't find it, but he did find a crease to run through.
That makes it 2nd and 6 from the 33-yard line. Spread formation, Floor out of the shotgun. Devine lined up to his right. He takes the snap. Now he throws back to the left. There's a out route there, and that's going to be Perigo making the catch, tackled at the 20-yard line. And that is going to be another Raider first down as they move the chains. The 9th first down in this ballgame for Rapid City Stevens. They had only 3 in the entire first half, and now they have 6 here in this second half. 1st and 10 from the 20 as the Raiders get inside the red zone. Ball on the left side, hash marks. They'll go spread formation. Liam Lockeruba in as a slot receiver. There's the give to Devine. Devine right up the middle, has some running room, still on his feet. He takes it in from 20 yards, escaped a couple of tackles, and takes it in for the touchdown from 20 yards for Devine.
Yeah, that's what they like about Devine. Again, this time the Raiders finally open hold. It's like the Warriors kind of backed off a little bit up front with the linebacker help. And that's exactly what happens. You throw the ball outside, deep, whatever it might be, and then all of a sudden they back off a little bit. You get that draw play, that right up the middle, and now we're going to get a broken play. Flora's going to get it. He's going to try to make a play. He's not going to. So another missed extra point. We've seen 3 of the botched snaps tonight. But anyway, going back to Devine. He, like you said, he had the open hole up the middle. Broke through that, broke a couple of tackles, looked like he was going to get down, kept his balance, and just kept churning. That's what I like about Devine. He hits the hole so well.
Aiden Devine had a touchdown last week, scored the only touchdown last week for Rapid City Stevens, and now he scores, another touchdown this week. But Aiden Devine runs so hard for the Raiders.
Yeah, he does, and he had an open opportunity there for it. That's the thing. Earlier in the game, that was not there. But the fact that the way the Raiders have been able to move the ball down the field with the passing game, putting Floor in options where he can make plays and his receivers can run routes where they can find opportunities, then it just opened that kind of, everyone kind of expected, here comes another play to, an outlet guy, a short curl route somewhere, some midway somewhere somehow, and then all of a sudden, you catch the linebackers not stepping up and filling where they need to. They want to get out on the perimeter and try to help track the guys out on the edge, and they forget about their first responsibility, which is the middle gaps.
5:36 left in the fourth quarter. Again, Sioux Falls, Washington 46, Rapid City Stevens 12, here on Homecoming 2025. And we want to thank those of you who are watching on the stream tonight on GoRaidersLive.com. We appreciate you watching the stream. Rapid City Stevens getting set to kick off from right to left. Here's the kickoff by Rapid City Stevens. This one high end over end, taking at the 5-yard line by Sioux Falls, Washington. On the return is Hall. Hall's going to stay on his feet, takes it nearly to the 40-yard line on the return. That's Quentin Hall.
No doubt. He seen lots of excitement out of Hall tonight. I kind of like that part of the game. He loves it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an opportunity here, obviously, with a running clock. He's got 5 minutes. The Raiders kind of set up their defense here. Sure, the Warriors are going to have their second team here coming in.
We'll see some substitutions here possibly for Sioux Falls, Washington. Again, the starting quarterback was Hunter Sabon.
Now it's Luis Vasquez, number 7. How about the bright shoes of the running back? Oh, no, he's the one with the bright shoes.
Luis, a sophomore quarterback, out of the shotgun snap.
Well, it's 15.
So giving the ball to, is that Caden Sporer?
Yeah, Caden Sporer was the quarterback on that one.
So Caden Sporer, the quarterback.
The runner might have been Vasquez, number 7.
Nonetheless, it was a 3-yard gain to the 40-yard line from the 37 to the 40-yard line. So 2nd and 7 with the clock running, 4 minutes remaining in this contest. Again, the Pioneer Bank and Trust post-game show coming your way next at the conclusion of this ball game. Spread formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. There's the handoff.
That's Vasquez there. Looked like he got around the corner. Looked like he might be stopped, but he kept his legs going, got around the corner a little bit. I appreciated the discipline there by the Raiders defense as they did the old ghost clap, if you will, to try to get him to jump. And they held their ground.
So Caden Sporer is your quarterback. Luis Vasquez is the running back now. Empty backfield. Trips left, 2 receivers to the right. Sporer right up the middle of the field. And it appears he has enough. They will spot him just shy of midfield for a Builders First Source first down. So they spot the ball at about the 49-yard line.
Just beyond the 49.
17th first down of this ball game for Sioux Falls, Washington, as they are cruising to their first win of the season. Sporer goes from the shotgun. The spread formation. Claps his hands once. Now calls for it, gives the ball to Vasquez. Gets outside the tackle. Actually, he tried to get outside the tackle, but he was initially hit by one Raider or slowed down and was not able to turn the corner, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of about a yard.
Yeah, the guy that really made that play was Jace Gingras. Got in there into the backfield, slowed him up enough that the defense could come in on him. It's kind of interesting. The Raiders they look like they're just like a cover 2 option here, which is more like a pass option.
Empty backfield, trips right, 2 receivers to the left. Sporer out of the shotgun, takes the snap. On the quarterback keeper at the 45, still on his feet, but he's going to be tackled just shy of the first down marker at about the 44, maybe 43-yard line of the Raiders. Gaining 6 that time. That'll make it 3rd and 2.
I see frequent substitutions coming in. Raiders just trying to finish this game out here.
A minute 23 remaining, and it's 3rd and 2 for Sioux Falls, Washington. Again, they lead 46-12 is your score. It's homecoming 2025 for the Raiders. They'll go trips left, 2 receivers right, empty backfield. There's the pass, and that's the first down. Is making the catch is number 18, Chase Kump.
He saw the quarterback saw that the defender was playing off. Kump just runs a little curl route, zips the ball in there. Nice little zip on it.
I would think that the Warriors will just run one more play. We're down to 35 seconds remaining. Again, Sporer out of the shotgun. There's the give to Vasquez. Vasquez gets a yard, maybe, to the 35-yard line, and the clock's going to wind down. That should do it. The Warriors do not need to snap the ball again.
No, it was definitely a good win for the Warriors. They needed to make sure they come out here, play their game, establish what they needed. They proved that they could run the ball tonight. They could churn, like you said, all those first downs and just, showed what their passing game is. Their passing game talent, but has some issues that they still need to work on as far as getting the ball to the right place, but good solid win for Washington.
And the clock is at 0, so that is your ball game on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. The final score here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium on this Friday night, Sioux Falls, Washington gets their first win as they defeat Rapid City Stevens by a score of 46-12. We will step aside for 2 minutes. The Pioneer Bank and Trust post-game show coming your way next, right here on Fox Sports Rapid City.